Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the 8th episode of World Trigger. Now, in the last episode, we had Neighbor and Replica, Yuma and the Replica, take a look at Chica and see exactly what's up with her. We found out about her high level of Trion, how that attracts neighbors, how the neighbors want her for her high level Trion gland, because that's where they capture people. They with the people with a weak Trion, they take the glands and make triggers out of them or something. And the strong ones they capture and I guess recruit them for their armies and hand them a trigger and say, go kill her enemy. They come here because there's a lot of people here because there's not as much war here. I don't think they directly said the reasoning, but yeah, there would be more people here because they're not constantly at war like more the neighbor, the gate place is. So yeah, that's a thing. And then Miwa's group showed up, wanted to attack Yuma because he's the neighbor. First I thought Chico was the neighbor, but no, she was not. Yuma just said he was. And now, yeah, Miwa hates neighbors probably because they killed his parents or something when he was a kid. If I had to, go to a cliche for my guess, and that's why he hates all neighbors. That's a pretty common anime trope. And yeah, now Yuma try not to die, while at the same time try not to kill them because both of those are bad things for his position. So yeah, let's get into it and see how he managed. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure Jima will show up at some point and work things out, but he's not here yet, so we gotta survive in the meantime. Yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah. Where we left down specifically was Yuma jumping in the air to avoid their kind of pincer attack, and then just got sniped. I don't think it's anything lethal, probably just, a flesh wound, but we'll see. I mean, it quite obviously is. Not sure why they're going all, he's allegedly a neighbor. I don't think there's going to be any plot twist that says that he's not. That'd be unlikely. Yeah, did you see my jewelry? Okay, Aaron Yeager. I'm sure a Trion soldier bit your mother's head off, but no need to take it out on Yuma. Yeah, just an arm, no big deal. And opening. Yeah, no opening. It's just too early for the opening. We're not even halfway through the episode yet, so can't have the opening already. It wasn't really a bad shot, it's just that he's really... Yeah, he has a lot of experience with this sort of thing, so... He never had a chance. I mean, he was probably fighting an actual war in his place while you were busy playing hero in Border Organization. Where the enemies went in predictable locations, and you got to work together in teams. Yeah, what? Yeah, you kind of are, so, you know. Because that would not end well. You would give them reason to justify killing him. Plus, they already know he's a neighbor and know that you're associated with him, so, you know. And he wasn't even given permission to use his trigger yet, so. It's like a retro video game. Poking him with a stick. Then he jumps away, and then they shoot him. I wouldn't say that. Yes. You would get in trouble for this. Though that may be inevitable, but we'll see. Yeah, because he's a dirty neighbor. Of course they wouldn't trust him. Yeah, but they don't like Jin. At least Miwa doesn't. Yeah, just you can hear the contempt for him in his voice. Yeah, I guess a branch is not popular, at least among his faction. Bunch of neighbor huggers, they probably call them. Yes, you're his weakness in this case. I mean, the only way this could possibly end is with Yuma joining Border. Because they'd either kill him, imprison him, or have him join Border to keep an eye on him. And as far as, a narrative goes, it would make more sense for him to join Border. Then Chica could do it as well. Yeah. I'm not sure how he's gonna do that unless he knocks him out somehow. I mean, it'd still be violent, but maybe he'll just take their triggers away, then they would be pretty much useless. That's probably what it is. They'll find a way to get them away. Or drain their Trion. Yes, you're best friends. I mean, Yuma's the best character in this show, so, Yeah, that doesn't mean he's cool all the time, but he's still awesome. Well, at least a bike is easier to get out of water than a car. Yeah, I totally got this. Next time we'll go much better. Chica. I keep having to fight the temptation to call her Chia, but... I mean, Chica doesn't really sound that much like a Japanese name to me. But, it is, but it just... Japan's not the only country with that name. I'm pretty sure it means girl in Spanish, something like that. No. How about you do that? But yeah, I don't know how well he's gonna defend himself with one arm. Oh, what? What was that? Uh, yeah, that... Huh. It says converts Treon like the person that gets shot's Treon? Because that could be a problem. But I think if he can get that trigger, he can use that against them. Which is probably what he's thinking now. But yeah, it's gonna be hard to move like that. Black bullets. I guess he can do that. So apparently he can do that without it having to take anything from them. So cool. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess he got his. Jean's finally shown up. Took you long enough. Yeah, you don't want to mess with Yuma. I think you've learned pretty quickly that he's not to be reckoned with. Now you have no choice in the matter. I can feel the butthurt coming off of you, Miwa. Huh. The opening. Seems a little bit early for that, but okay. Changes the new world. It's hard to say to change the same way they do, because it's obviously edited. Changes the new world. Isa no Miraiga. It really is such a I don't know why I haven't heard like this song in a bunch of top 10 anime songs ever lists and stuff because it's just huh. But yeah, a couple of those characters look familiar now, but a lot of them don't. And yeah, I quite like her technique. Yeah, good thing Gene's finally shown up so he can help. Not that it's kind of too if it really matter, but at least he's here. Maybe he can talk some sense into Miwa, but probably not. He does like a Japanese food. Oh, flashback. I think it is my business. And his side effect never lies. Why are you getting in the way of me trying to kill someone? Why are you so mean, Jin? Yeah, he just knows this is for the best. Yeah, you're gonna get wrecked. He could have killed all of you if he really wanted to. Yes, that should give you an idea of the gap in power here. Is that something any all black triggers can do, or just his? And there he is. Unexpectedly. I mean, might as well, nothing better to do. Yes, Chica's quite nice. uh, Not to brag or anything, but he is the only S rank that we know in the show so far, so I don't know if there's any others. I assume there's at least a few. Yeah, good old Jin. So I guess that's why they met. Yeah, but if he was actually, willing to kill them, it would have gone much more easily for him. Anytime you deliberately try not to kill someone, you're always going to be weaker. A lot of anime go into that topic. The episode title drop. Yes, they're much bigger than normal triggers. Joking. Thank you for asking that, Nikimo. I just assumed it was just a neighbor trigger. Huh. Oh. So, basically, okay, so there are definitely some. Okay. So you sacrifice the life of a powerful Trion user. So, okay, that's really sad, actually. That means that's his father. Basically, that is his father. And of course it would be compatible with Yuma if that's the case. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Does that mean Replica kind of has the father's personality at all? I mean, he didn't kill you guys, so that's a lot of faith. Yeah, I never considered it even the remote possibility that Ryuma was bad. Yeah, just whine all you want down there. Oh, what? Is that another thing they can just do? Like it's like a bailing out of a mech. They do have a safety net. Well, that's convenient. That probably greatly reduces casualties. I know, right? I don't think Yuma can do that. There's gotta be some sort of limitation on that, though, right? Okay. Yeah, he couldn't have. You're talking about a one-on-one fight like that was even possible. I don't think everyone's a neighbor racist. But, you know, Miwa definitely has a neighbors killed my parents syndrome over there. Oh, okay. Close enough. Chica lost her brother probably to a neighbor, so... And she doesn't mindlessly hate them, and she's attacked by them regularly. So I guess Chica's more mature than Miwa is. But she actually made friends with Yuma. Instead of, you know, wanting to murder him. I'm gonna have a little bit of sympathy for him, I guess, but... he's still very much an antagonist, so it's kind of hard to have much. But yeah, I don't doubt that. But I'm sure Border will have some questions that would like to ask Mikomo. Yes, please watch him. We don't need him doing anything silly. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Yuma and Chica joining the Border together. Hopefully that happens soon. Well, let's get some food. Yeah, he just likes all Japanese food, so anything's fine with him. Of course. He just whips out that water cash. I mean, that'd be interesting. Yeah, I don't think that would be a thing. I mean, you could make almost anything happen with enough of that paper. Well, that music's not good. Am I in trouble again, Principal? Yeah, the pleasant guy. Sorry for existing. I thought you'd be mad at me. I don't know why you're petting yourself like a cat, but... Yes, he's been handling him well enough himself. How dare you not tell us everything that's going on with you? I'm glad some people are on Mikumo's side. Well, sort of, until he gets glared at. There we go. Now so it begins. he will join Border, and about 70% sure Chico will at the same time. We got our white rice. Like a rice ball, onigiri. Does it have any flavoring? Any filling? Yes, it's homemade. Now give me your paper. All of it. Oh, I guess he likes it. At first I was looking like maybe he wasn't a big fan, but apparently it's finger looking good. Power of white rice. Oh, or the power of riding a bicycle. You're gonna crash, aren't you? I would have liked to have seen that animated, but okay. Why would you think that? Yes, you know, Bushido and all that. I guess. uh, you're impressed by very weird things, Yuma. Good way to put it. Better than saying that they're friends. Here we go. I hear a bud coming. Oh? That's not what we were suggesting, man. But if you think you can try. You'll fail. You just like it for his trigger. How many casualties are you willing to accept for that? Oh? Oh. You really think Jin's gonna do that? Well, yeah, Jin has one. He's not gonna do that. Not gonna cliffhanger this, is it? I don't see him doing that. You'd be surprised how valuable that is. How much money was spent on building that thing? Just look how big it is. I'm sure the walls are ridiculously thick. And yeah, we are getting cliffhangered, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna say no and talk him out of it. Yes, put everything they have into it. So is it something that any high-level Treon user can do? Yeah, wow. That sounds good fitted. Okay, yes. A white trigger would probably be the most powerful. Brown. Yeah. You wouldn't become one. Yeah, that's the question, but he deliberately cliffhangered me, so. Okay, so we're gonna learn more about Border. That's cool. We already know a decent amount, but not everything. Okay, just over. Okay. Yeah, that was the 8th episode of World Trigger. This episode pretty much finished off the conflict with Miwa Squad, which wasn't that hard to deal with, really. It was just a matter of Yuma trying to figure out a way that where he could subdue them without, seriously injuring them, which he eventually figured out how to do because they had this ability to use their Trion in order to like harden the enemy, which is certainly interesting. Definitely a interesting technique. It didn't seem to really bother Yuma all that much because he's just pretty strong, but it definitely slows you down a little bit at the very least. So he decided to do that to them because he can apparently replicate, replica, an opponent's moves. So I guess that's a special ability of his Black Trigger. Even though I thought the my rating was that, but I don't know. Some of the things are a little bit confusing. But the point is that Yuma kind of was able to resolve things like that, and Jean kind of helped at the very end there towards the helping talk down the snipers. I mean, Replica was gonna handle it himself, but didn't need to because Jean showed up, eventually. And yeah, meanwhile, we found out exactly why he hates neighbors as much as he does. It wasn't parents that were killed by neighbors; it was a sister. But it's the same idea, If you watch a lot of anime, you've seen this before. X killed my ex, so now they're all horrible, and I must kill them all. That's a very common thing. He reminded me of Eren Yeager a lot, so and in the end, he just kind of just threw a temper tantrum and left, or bailed out. Basically, rage quitting is kind of what it amounted to. So yeah, he was gone. So that's another thing that border agents can do. Apparently, if they're in too much trouble, they just bail out of their Trion body and then just leave, like go back to border. So yeah, I would be much more comfortable fighting neighbors if I had an ability like that. So that's pretty convenient. I don't know if it's something that only A ranks have because they're so valuable they wouldn't want to risk them. So they probably wouldn't have that for everyone. So it's probably just S rank and A rank. Maybe B rank, but I don't know. There's a lot of B rank, so maybe they wouldn't do it for them. But at the very least, S and A rank can do it. So yeah, good for them, I suppose. And yeah, they never had a chance to defeat Yuma. Really, that's the main takeaway from that. But like the episode title suggested, we actually got into the topic of black triggers. Now, my assumption initially was that black triggers were neighbor triggers, and then Border got a hold of a black trigger and reverse engineered it to try to make their own triggers, but they weren't quite as good, so they were just the normal Border triggers, but any black one would be a neighbor trigger. Okay, that's not quite the case. The black triggers are a neighbor thing. I don't think, I don't think they actually talked about this, but I don't think we have any black triggers that came from a border agent. I would assume any black triggers they have came from neighbors, but I technically have no proof of that, but I would assume so. That would probably be something they just don't know how to do, but they didn't really talk much about that. What they did talk about was exactly how the black triggers are made. Well, not exactly, but the general idea. So apparently a powerful Trion user can make a black trigger by like putting his life energy and all of his Trion into a trigger. Like, I don't think it said it would make one from scratch. I think they were talking about putting it into their own trigger. Like, they're a powerful user with a trigger, and then, they could just like, well, I'm done with all of this. I'll just make my trigger stronger and then give it to someone else. So, yeah, they didn't really talk about the specifics about exactly how that works. Like, do you need any special equipment or anything to do that? Or can you be like, oh, I'm fatally wounded, I'm gonna die anyway. I might as well put it all into this trigger. Boom, I got a black trigger, so your son have that, I'll die now. I don't know exactly how exactly it works, so I kind of want to see it happen on screen. Maybe we'll actually get to see the details in a flashback, because it was kind of heavily implied that the black trigger that Yuma has was, his father is the one that made that black trigger. He put all of his life energy into it. So, yeah, we may get a flashback covering the details of that. I'm just curious how that works, because depending on how powerful the person needs to be able to do it, and what they need to do to make it happen, you'd think there'd be a decent amount of black triggers, like maybe not like hundreds of them or anything, but at least a decent amount. Because if you're able to do it, like if you're in a situation where you're gonna die anyway, either because of a fatal wound or because you're just too old or injured to continue working, you can just make a black trigger real quick. I mean, I'm sure there aren't a lot of people that are willing to just end their life short like that. Even if they don't have a lot of time left, they probably still want to live what little they had left. So, I don't know. It's hard to say how many black triggers there would be, but to really get an idea, you'd have to know exactly the requirements, like how powerful do they have to be to make it black, and like what do they need to do it? Do they need anything special? It's like Super Saiyan, where you have to like really, like not everyone can do it. You have to be in a very good, the right mental state and the right circumstances to make it possible. So it's so rare. I'm sure black triggers are fairly rare. I just want to know a little bit more about exactly how it works. So hopefully we do get more details. But we got enough for me to, you know, have a general idea of it, which is nice. Let's see what else. Yuma and Chika are now friends, which is nice. Miwa's just salty as always. And we obviously had a meeting on the topic of Yuma, basically, because they're not gonna just take a neighbor with a black trigger, no less, in their city lying down. They're gonna do something about it. Now, Jean was trying to bring up the idea of bringing Yuma into the fold. He could join Border and become an Asian, which I'm 99% positive that's where the story will go. Even if he gets like arrested or something initially, I'm pretty sure he'll eventually end up as a Border agent. Because it's a way of keeping him in the show, keeping him relevant, while at the same time having a realistic realistic reason for a Border to not want to get rid of him. So if they can get him on board with their organization, that'd be a win-win for everyone. I know that will happen eventually. But unfortunately, the big boss man decided that instead of that, what he would do was just, hey, just murder him and take his trigger. That's a much more reasonable solution for a civilized society. Like, no, that's not okay. That's not even remotely okay. But yeah, Gene hasn't given his answer to that yet, but he was asked to do it himself because he has a black trigger, which it seemed like Mikumo didn't know, which is a bit surprising, but yeah, he does have a black trigger, and I don't think he could beat Yuma in a one-on-one fight. Maybe if Yuma was concerned about killing him, then he could, but if Yuma didn't worry about that and fought at his fullest, I don't think Yuma would lose. He's used to a world where fighting is just the norm, so Gene might be good, but he's still just a Border agent. I mean, maybe he does go to, you know, through the gate sometimes, but that's sometimes. He doesn't live there. He hasn't grown up there, so it'd still be a different level with Yuma. So I don't think that will happen, though. I really don't think it'll happen. So I'm curious what kind of logic Gene uses to persuade them, because I'm sure it'll be related to a side effect, probably saying something about needing Yuma and his trigger together, like part of our team. They'll probably say something to that effect. Because we're already seeing how much saying that a side effect says something can really influence them. We've already kind of had proof of that. So yeah, I am curious exactly how Jay manages to pull this off. It'll be interesting to watch. So what else? I mean, it's nice to see Chika and Yuma get along. They're close in height, so you know that doesn't really mean much. But you know, they seem like they could become pretty good friends. Not obviously not as close friends as Yuma, Mikumo, of course. You know, they're bros for life, best friends forever. But you know, we'll see how all this goes. I'm looking forward to seeing. I know I said this before, but I'm looking forward to Yuma, Chika joining Border. I'm sure they have some really cool entrance exam that we can go through, and then people will be like, "Oh my God, Yuma, you're so cool and powerful! Oh my God, Chika, I can't believe you have so much Trion. I'm so impressed. Can I borrow some?" I'm just I want that. That's what I need. But yeah, hopefully things go well next episode. Thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon, and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.